Yo, everybody, what's up? Sorry if the audio quality is less good than usual. I'm using my shittier mic because my actual mic setup and stuff is upstairs and it's all rigged up to this mount and everything, and I just don't really want to go up there right now. I'm in my room, laying in bed, lazy as shit, as usual. But yeah, last year... Oh, don't fall over, fuck. Last year, I made a video on the 31st of December, 2018. Just to, have a little year in review kind of video. Just, stay the channel, look back, sort of ramble, to just talk to you guys. And I wanted to do that again. It is totally unscripted. I have basically no idea what I'm going to say, but we're just gonna talk for a little bit, and, maybe it will be coherent, maybe it won't. Who knows? The important thing is that I'm just talking to you guys, as a human person, because I think that it's kind of an important thing to, communicate with audiences on an independent level like that, especially for creators on YouTube that we're not like corporations, we're not like TV stations, we're just people that are making content for other people to watch, so I feel like, I don't know, I guess that communication, that human element is important to me, and of course I can't communicate directly with everybody because that would get there's it would be a little time consuming, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so last year when I made my 2018 in review video, one of the first things that I said was that in around 5 months of making videos, I had around 400-ish subscribers, and I thought that was crazy. And I do still kind of think that is crazy. Because, what? 400 people would willingly be like, oh yeah, I want to listen to this person talk about things for a while. That's just weird to me, because I don't even hardly want to listen to myself talk for that long. But since then, it's been, geez, okay, so it's December of 2019. I basically start, the general start point that I sort of say for myself is in terms of actually making content was around August of 2018. So if that was 5-ish months in December of 2018, then that would mean that it was 17-ish months now. So a decent bit over a year now, and well, yeah, a year and 5 months, and now I have 3.3 thousand subscribers, which I'm very grateful for, extremely grateful for, very humbled by, but what are you guys doing here? I don't know. I don't know what exactly appeals about me. I don't know. I don't know if it's just I struck certain subjects at good times or something, or my personality as it is actually appealing or something. I don't know. It's whatever. But either way, I did want to say that to everybody who actually watches or subscribes, or, whatever, that is very important to me. It's, it makes me happy to know that people actually care about what I have to say and, want to see me make things and, talk about certain subjects, and, I just appreciate all of the feedback, and the attention. I mean, I say the attention, oh, give me attention, but you know what I mean. I just appreciate that people would take the time out of their day to listen to somebody like me talk about like cartoons for an hour or something, you know, like a loser. But no, but being serious, like, you know, I just appreciate that many people actually would like to listen to what I have to say, and find what I have to say entertaining or insightful or, you know, interesting or whatever, you know, like, I just think that's very cool, and I really appreciate that. I also wanted to say that this year has been interesting in a particular way, of like a while back in one of my update videos, I just very casually mentioned the fact that I was trans, and I mean, you know, it's not really that big of a deal. I just mentioned it because I thought it was like, you know, it's an important facet of my life in terms of my personal identification, but I didn't really find it to be like, you know, oh, I gotta tell everybody right now, I gotta make a video about it. Like, you know, it was just one of those things that's like, oh, just so you know, just because that's not something that, like, you know, gender-wise, I would typically, you know, like, it doesn't typically just come across without it being, like, said. So, you know, I just wanted to clear that up. And I've noticed that since then, I have gotten a lot more comments from people who are, like, super determined to be, like, assholes about it. And it's, I mean, I can't say that I wasn't expecting it, because, I mean, you know, that happens. People are people. They'll be like that. But, like, I just find it so weird that, like, so many people act like, you know, ooh, I'm gonna say these things like they're gotchas or something, like, you know, trying to antagonize me and stuff. And it's like, I mean, sure, I guess, like, that doesn't really have anything to do with the video you're commenting on, but, like, you know, I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. I mean, it is a little bit frustrating, but, like, not in, like, oh, they're really getting to me kind of way. It's just, you know, to me, what it makes me think of is, like, you know, okay, I mean, sure, like, but how is that relevant to, like, the actual content, you know? Like, if you wanted to criticize me about something, I mean, at least criticize me for the actual content that I make. You know, like, say something about the content itself, rather than, you know, just weird attacks on my personal life that, you know, has nothing really to do with my content. I'm sorry to, like, wildly just jump all over topics, by the way. I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to, like, get my thoughts out about the year and stuff. And that was just one of the things I wanted to bring up because it's become more prevalent this year. But, like, yeah, and I mean, you know, it'll happen. Especially if the channel grows in the future, I anticipate that people will just be dicks even more, you know, blatantly. But it doesn't matter. Like, you know, if you see, like, people in my comments being, like, rude a-holes about that sort of thing, just don't even bother with them. I don't bother with them either. Most of the time I actually just, you know, silence mute them or whatever, because I'm just like, I don't have time to deal with you. But, like, you know, but, you know, if you do see people like that in comments just being rude or whatever, like, don't, you know, don't even bother. They're not worth my time. They're not worth your time. Nobody who is being, like, deliberately hateful for no good reason is worth anybody's time. Because, I mean, you know, who cares, like, right? Like, they have nothing to add to the discussion, and they're not even talking about the thing that I'm talking about most of the time. They're just bringing my life into it, which, you know, has nothing to do with most of the videos that I make. So, you know, be kind to yourself. Do something better with your day than try to engage with people like that. And if you are a person like that, then, like, dude, do something better with your day than, like, be mad at me for, I don't know, like, existing. I don't know. I mean, just, you know, if you don't like my content, all the power to you. I get it. I don't much like my own content that much either sometimes. Like, you know, I feel like your time would then be better spent being passionate about something that you do like, you know, something that does spark joy, as it were. But, you know, I don't know, I know that there's, like, this temptation, like, this stigma around like, oh, I gotta be angry on the internet. I gotta tell everybody why I hate things, you know. But I don't know. I think it's a lot more fulfilling and a lot more healthy. Not to like scold anybody or anything. I'm not trying to act like a mom or anything, but you know, I just think that it's a lot more fulfilling to engage with the things that you do enjoy and, you know, take pleasure from those things rather than like tear people down for things that you don't like. But that's just me. Anyway, that aside, let's talk about some other things. You might notice that this video that is being uploaded right now is not my new essay video, and there is a reason for that. I already talked about it on my community tab, but for those of you who don't read my community tab, first of all, you should read my community tab. But second of all, you know, I know not everybody sees that sort of thing, so just to, you know, clarify, the holiday season was a lot busier than I expected it would be, to be completely honest. There was a lot more going on than I thought there would be. And I don't really know why I did expect that, you know, my holiday would just be, ooh, smooth sailing. I'm gonna work on things through December. That was not true. She was lying when she said that. Because no, I did not have a lot of time to work on things. Surprise, surprise, when it's like around Christmas time and your family celebrates Christmas, that you're kind of busy. So yeah, I didn't have nearly as much time to work as I thought I might. So in my previous video on the my previous essay video, the Sonic SatAM video, I said that before the month was over, I wanted to get one more video out. Well, obviously that's not going to happen. But I did want to say, the video is still coming. It's still being made. You know, it's not like, oh, well, I'm going to drop it now that I can't do it before the end of December. Like, no. It's going to come, like, fairly early, mid-January-ish is where I'm banking around. You know, just giving you a long span there, but, you know, it'll probably be earlier rather than later. Anyway, but yeah, it's still coming in January, just not, you know, December, because we're on the last day of December, so, you know, unless I just sat down and made the entire video in one day, then that wouldn't be possible. And I don't think you guys want me to do that, because it would be rushed. It would suck. And I don't want to give you guys a half-assed video. Like, if I'm gonna make the video, and I really do want to make this video, like, it's one that I've been planning to do for a while, and I really think it's a cool one, and I'm excited about getting to work on it. So, you know, I don't want to half-ass something like that. You know, I want to make it as good as it can be. So, you know, that'll come sometime in January. So just letting you guys know about that. Alright, so what else? Well, I should tell you guys too, because, you know, there hasn't been very much opportunity to talk about things like this, but, you know, I figured that this is a good spot to do so, considering it's just, you know, kind of a stream of consciousness, ramble, update type thing. There are 2 podcast series that I'm going to be featured in soon. Hooray! I am an actor! But yeah, like, I just, you know, I wanted to mention those things because, you know, it's pretty cool. I feel excited about those, and it's a good way for me to, you know, plug my peers and all that. So I actually don't know if I'm allowed to say anything about the first one yet, just because, like, you know, I don't want to release any details that, like, oh, it turns out I wasn't actually supposed to say anything about that. But I do know that, like, as I'm recording this, the first episode of that podcast and, you know, like, the website and Twitter and stuff will be going up pretty soon. So watch out on my Twitter for that. I will probably post about it there. I'll probably post about it on my community tab too. But yeah, I'm gonna be in a thing, and yeah, I don't know what I can say about it, but, you know, I'll be sure to share it with you guys. It's coming very, very, very soon. Like, you know, within like a week or something, I think. In addition to that, I'm also on a sci-fi podcast called Null and Void, or Null/Void, and that isn't out yet either. It's, you know, it's in the works. It's coming out this coming year, I think. But I am going to be in that as well. And I was allowed to say what that was. But, you know, I'll also, of course, be, like, tweeting about that and posting about that as it comes around, too. And that one, like, you know, that's, like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, everybody seems, you know, very professional and, you know, nice. And I am very excited to work on that stuff. Honestly, I'm just stoked to finally be able to, like, put things on a resume and be like, wow, I've done work professionally, you know, because that means that I can say I'm an actor. You know, because my thought then is, like, you know, hopefully that will sort of enable me to put my foot in the door for more, like, opportunities going forward, because as anybody will tell you, the most difficult part of getting into any type of acting is to, like, start, really, because, you know, people who are casting for acting things, they want you to have some kind of experience, but, like, you have to have a first experience somewhere, you know? So it's very difficult. It's a lot of networking and knowing people, and, you know, there's just all this complicated stuff that goes into it, and it's never really a consistent process for anyone. That's why, you know, you see so many people get asked at, like, conventions and stuff, like, how did you become a voice actor? And they're like, I don't know, it's different for everyone, you know, and just, you have to kind of be lucky and be at the right place at the right time, sort of thing. And honestly, that is true, because I've been trying to break into voice acting online amateurly for, like, over 10 years now, and I've been in quite a many, like, fan projects and little things like that, you know, and I've been very grateful to work on a lot of that stuff. It's been very fun. But it is so hard to get people to pay attention to you in a professional light when you haven't done anything professional before. When you don't have anything on a resume to say, oh yeah, I did this for pay, you know, for X company or X group or whatever, you know. If you're not able to say something like that, then, you know, a lot of casting directors, or, you know, directors in general, or just, you know, people involved with productions, you know, they're much less likely to really pay attention to you at all. And I mean, you know, that is unfortunate, but it is true. So yeah, so I'm excited to finally be able to put something on a resume, because my hope is then, you know, maybe that will lead to further opportunities down the road. And honestly, I really love voice acting. Is one of the things that I love to do the most, even if it can be a bit of a pain sometimes on the throat, but, you know, that's just par for the course. I do really enjoy it. And it's part of the reason why I started making videos in the first place. It's just because I have developed sort of that skill set in having to do that sort of thing in conjunction with voice acting in the past. And, you know, if I didn't have the drive to voice act from an early age, I probably would not have done, like, half of the things that I've done now, or, like, gotten into the avenues that I am into. So, you know, yeah, it's really cool to finally voice something in any official capacity, and I hope you guys will look forward to that. So, yeah. Okay, so what else to mention? I know that there's a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember specifically what they are. Oh yeah, we've been going for a little bit too, haven't we? Let us see. Well, I actually can't think of that much more to say. I know that's kind of lame. I'm sorry if this is, like, short or whatever. I feel like I didn't talk about as much as you might have thought that I would. To close this out, though, because, I mean, this is the last video of 2019. We're going into 2020, not just a new year, but a new decade. That's crazy. I would never have thought that I would be here 10 years ago. That, wow. What was even happening in 2009? Who even knows anymore? I don't know, like Newgrounds memes, were they still a thing in 2009? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was doing in 2009. I don't even think I'd want to remember what I was doing in 2009. Oh, that must have been like an embarrassing year. I mean, it's already embarrassing enough looking back on myself from like a year ago. You know, much less 10 years ago, Jesus. But anyway, since though we are like wrapping up the decade, and that's like, wow, that's a big thing. I just wanted to, I guess, dedicate like this little end bit to just going through and, you know, naming off people and like thanking them for different things. I don't know. You know, just, I don't know. I just wanted to, you know, name the people that are important to me and stuff, and, you know, and those people will know who they are, and, you know, that kind of thing. So first of all, I, you know, obviously want to shout out Alex, my precious beef, BF, boyfriend, my boyfriend, who has been so wonderful and supportive of me for the past like couple of years that we've known each other. I honestly find it really like crazy that we've known each other as long as we have now, because it is passed in like blink of an eye. It's crazy, but you know, our relationship has been very fulfilling and comforting, and I feel like we get along really well, and we mesh really well in the way that, like, you know, we just make each other really comfortable, and I don't feel like pressured or like nervous about anything, and that is kind of new for me. I guess, I don't know, not to get too into my own personal life stuff on the channel, but I just wanted to say, you know, I really love and appreciate him, and yeah, there's that. I want to thank Dean for putting up with me for like the past year and a half, for like listening to all of the stuff that I have to talk about all the time, and for planning out creative ventures with me. You've been an absolutely joyous person to be around, and like honestly one of my best fucking friends ever. Yeah, I mean, you know, the fact that I'm just able to like talk to you and, you know, goof off and ramble about ideas and stuff without like boring you is really nice, and I'm very thankful for that. And you were my first patron, of course. I mean, we already knew each other, so it's kind of like, you know, like a friend already anyway, but you know, that was like that was the first Patreon dollars I ever got, and I really appreciate that. But above your money, I appreciate your friendship. But yeah, you know, so I wanted to extend that thanks to you as well. I wanted to extend a thanks to Tom, Rec D, who has his own YouTube channel that you should check out. He has pretty good stuff. But who has been friends with me for years now, and has just been honestly like one of the most consistently nice, fun people to be around that I have ever known. Tom has helped me get my foot in doors all the time, and he always vouches for my quality of work, and, you know, generally has just, I don't know, I don't know what else to say other than, like, you know, over the years that I have known Tom, he has proven to be, like, one of the most reliable and friendly people that I am grateful enough to be able to call my friend. And I'm glad that, you know, he has stuck with me through the years and, you know, put up with me when I was probably, like, a little bit more annoying and immature and, you know, and I mean, you know, of course, like, we're around the same age anyway, so I'm sure that to some extent we've both been growing a lot over time. But and you know, I've witnessed a lot of growth happening for Tom, and I'm really happy for him for like the successes that he's come across. But I just wanted to say, you know, I'm really grateful to you, man, for just everything, for being, you know, such a great friend, and also for all of the other stuff that you have like helped me with, or, you know, helped me to figure out or whatever. It's just, you know, you are a good friend, and I very much appreciate you. The same goes for Kate, Reputables. We've been friends for a tiny bit longer than I've been friends with Tom, actually, because, well, I guess I met Tom because of you. But, you know, we've had our laughs. We've made some terrible content, you and I. We've invented a monster, you and I. That was one thing we were responsible for. You know what I'm talking about. But I know that, you know, I am like terrible at keeping up conversation all the time, and, you know, I know that like I just disappear off the face of the earth all the time, but I appreciate that you've always been like patient with me and understand that I am just like a ghostly presence somewhere in the void whenever we're not talking, and when we are talking we always have a fun time. And I'm really happy that we've gotten to, you know, make the stuff that we have together, and that we've like had that social chemistry and stuff, and been able to make things that, you know, not only make us laugh together, but like make other people laugh too. And, you know, that's really cool and important to me. And you know, honestly, if I hadn't gotten involved in stuff with you, I probably would not have even become like remotely as talented in the stuff that I do now as I am now. So that, you know, obviously, you know, is a really important thing to me. So yeah, I want to thank Josh too for, I know we've only started talking as much recently, as opposed, like, I mean, you know, we've tangentially kind of known each other for a while, but like we've only started talking more recently. But I wanted to thank you too for, you know, roping me into the podcast and everything. It's been so much fun to work on. Like, it is genuinely one of my favorite things to work on because it's just so fun. And you've been very well organized. You've been an incredible director, along with Tom doing voice direction, and just, you know, the entire work environment of that show that we do together is just very, not only very well organized, but just very friendly and light and, you know, flexible, and I really appreciate that in somebody on a project. You know, it makes it feel very, it's a good environment. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. I want to thank... There's somebody around here. Oh, yes. I want to thank the crew who make the Let's Casually Play videos with me sometimes, if you've seen those. I mean, we've been friends since middle school. There's only so much that I can say that I haven't already said before, but... You know, I mean, obviously, I guess it's a little bit easier to be, like, a little bit more open on a mic by myself than it is to just, you know, say schmaltzy things to people in real life, so I guess that's that. But, honestly, like, you know, you guys have gotten me out of the house at times where I probably really needed to, and, you know, was just too stubborn to, like, reach out to people, because I'm terrible at reaching out to people. But, you know, we've done a lot of stuff together that's, you know, been very fun, memorable experiences for me. I still think back on times that we've hung out together as, like, memorable, fun, funny things that we've done together. I know that we still have plans to do other stuff together in the future, and I'm really excited for that. And I'm just, you know, I appreciate how long you guys have stuck around with me, even when we get, like, pissed off at each other over stupid shit. Which has happened, for those of you who don't know the drama that happens behind that. No, I'm kidding. But, like, you know, I just, you know, I know that we've been friends for a while, so none of this really has to be said, but just so you guys know, I do really appreciate the both of you a lot, and I'm glad that we're friends. Let's see. Who else do I want to mention before I go? I want to thank all of my friends on Tenta, who are very, very nice people, who, you know, have been very welcoming and nice to me, and, you know, it's just been very nice to have a lot of discussions and stuff. I want to thank everybody in the Roshare server who has been, you know, nice enough to open their arms to me and, like, you know, kind of allow me to slip more into the friend group after, like, a long extended period of time where I just didn't speak at all because I was, like, nervous and didn't really know that, like, people would actually want to be, like, friends with me. Like, you know, it's been very reassuring to, like, be able to move from that mindset of, like, oh, these people are really cool, I don't deserve to be here because, you know, they're way cooler than me, to, like, you know, being able to actually just make friends with people and, like, you know, be like, oh, these are just people like me, you know? And the D&D we play, obviously, the game that we have going is super good. Like, it's so good. It's so fun. I enjoy it so much. And it's, you know, it's definitely, like, one of the highlights of my day whenever we get to do it. And particularly, Gabby, I want to shout out for being an excellent DM and great storyteller, like, just A+. Chef kiss. Gabby is great. And, I mean, not even just as a DM, obviously, but, like, even, you know, just as a person. Gabby is just really, really nice and creative and fun and talented, and I am really thankful to know her, as well as everybody else in the server as well. I know Tom is also one of the people there, so, you know, I don't really have to restate that all too, but, you know, Luke, Amigo, Lore, Jane, Sean, Griffin, just everyone is, you know, it's really been very nice to get to know you all better, and I look forward to doing more fun stuff. Yeah. Okay, is there anybody else I wanted to mention? I feel so bad every time I, like, do a thing where it's like, I'm gonna mention people, because inevitably I end up forgetting about somebody. And it's like, oh, I didn't want to leave you out, I'm sorry. Like, just know that if I haven't mentioned you, and you feel like you should be mentioned, that, like, I'm not purposefully, like, leaving you out or anything. It's just that I have, like, terrible memory. I guess I could also thank some of my longer-standing patrons as well, because I very much appreciate your company and your support. Squid has always been very fun to hang out with. I love our Pac-Man jokes. You know what I'm talking about. Don't tell your parents. I really appreciate Nick on Planet Ripple. That's how you pronounce that. Yes, we've had some really, like, cool, like, interesting talks about things with each other, both, like, serious subjects and, like, stuff about, like, Bionicle. But, like, you know, every time we talk is, you know, I enjoy our conversations a lot. I know that, like, sometimes it can be difficult to, like, detect whether, like, I am fully, like, cognizant, because I'm just on the other end of a Discord call. You can't, like, see me or anything, but I just wanted you to know that, like, you know, yeah, I really appreciate our talks, and like they're really interesting to me, and you know, yeah, I just value your company. So there you go. And of course, you know, I'll obviously thank my other patrons as well. Midi, Fib, Sun Galaxia, all of you are great. Oh, Mordecai as well, obviously, duh. Sorry, you were in a different color on the server, so I was missing it with my eyes for a second, but but yeah, and people who've pledged in the past as well, Gigs, Beth, you know, them folks, because I know that, like, you know, not everybody can pledge forever, I get that, but, you know, thank you for the support that you have shown in the past. It does mean a great deal to me. And yeah, I guess I could probably leave it at that. Oh, very quickly, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep dragging on. I wanted to, very quickly though, I wanted to thank a couple of people who have like given me, you know, some boosts a little bit. That's, you know, that I'm also very grateful for. Rose of Nobility, also known as Optimistic Duelist on YouTube, who makes great Homestuck content. Sorry, my throat kind of there for a second. Who makes great Homestuck content. Shouted me out a couple of times on Twitter with some retweets and stuff, and I very much appreciate that. It's very kind of you. You make great content, and I'm very happy for that. Thank you very much. The Everyman Hybrid boys have seen some of my content and seemed to like it pretty good, and that was very, very flattering to me because I love Everyman Hybrid. It's great. It's one of my favorite ARG type things ever. So the fact that, you know, the boys watched my content, retweeted it, some of it, you know, that was a very surreal kind of moment for me, and I was really grateful for that. So thank you to you guys as well. Hope you keep on fighting the good fight, making good stuff. I will always watch anything you guys put out because it's always great. Let's see, who else? Evan Santiago, who makes Stan Frederick, shouted me out a couple of times as well. Really nice guy. Definitely enjoy his content a lot. He made a manuscript for like a pitch, like proposal type thing for a new Nightmare on Elm Street thing to present to the estate of whose name I'm forgetting, I'm sorry, that made Nightmare on Elm Street though. And it's really cool. It's a really cool idea and concept, and it should definitely be picked up. Go support Evan's thing and retweet it from him and all that stuff. Definitely deserves to have more people pay attention to that. It's really good. Like, it's really good. Let's see, there were a couple of others that I was thinking of. Oh, yes, Austin, who created Vast Error, the cool Homestuck adjacent sort of fan adventure type series. Very nice. We haven't, like, communicated directly that much, but, like, you know, very nice, creative guy. I'm not, like, completely caught up to Vast Error, but I have read quite a good bit of it, and it's very, very good. Like, it's very good quality, you know, very fun comic with great characters and world building and stuff, and I enjoy it a lot. And, you know, hopefully I'm going to be able to maybe make some content about that in the future. I'm thinking about it. But I wanted to thank Austin for his support as well, because I know that, you know, he's expressed to me before that he likes the channel, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate any and all compliments. No negativity. No, I'm just kidding. And God, I know I'm probably going to be forgetting somebody. I'm so sorry in advance to whoever I'm forgetting, but like my brain is a black hole. Information goes in one ear and completely just evaporates. It's just gone. It's just gone. But anyway, I guess in the interest of not rambling forever, I should probably just wrap this up here. But yeah, I'm very excited, not only just for the new year, but, you know, the new decade going forward. I have a lot of things that I want to do. I have, you know, some things about my life that could be a lot better than they are now. And in a lot of ways, the year has been pretty hard for me. But I feel like things are, you know, they're not perfect. There are definitely a lot of things that I wish were better right now, but I feel like things are on the upward trajectory. I feel like things are looking up, and I feel like things are only going to get better from here, for me. So I really appreciate all of the support, all of the views, subscribers, comments, and stuff. I just, you know, I'm very, very grateful for all of everything that you guys do, and all my friends, and just, you know, everybody who has believed in me, and, you know, yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. So, you know, thank you for supporting me, and hopefully that will continue into the new year, and I hope that I can make content that is, you know, enjoyable and that you like. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to me ramble for a while about stuff. Happy 2020, everybody. I'll see you next year, which is, you know, actually, it's funny because, you see, it's the 31st, so the new year is coming really soon. So when I say I'll see you next year, it's not like, oh, I'll see you in a long time. It's, you get it. Okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.